Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Show Thoughts Podcast. Sam will be here shortly, but before we get this ball rolling, I want to specifically point out that due to what has happened recently, I will not speak on the Charlie Kirk assassination. I will not talk about the Jimmy Kimmel cancellation. I just not am going to get into either one of those subjects. Um, that being said, going forward, this show is about fun, having a good time, um, doing things in a positive manner. I don't really want to address politics or like religion or beliefs on this show, but I understand that people would like us to talk about it, but I'm not. Um, I just won't do that. That's not what this show was intended for. The show is intended to have a good time. The show is intended to make you laugh, uh, make you reflect, but give you a break from the world that's transpiring right now. So, um, just going forward, please don't ask because I just don't want to really get into it. It's everybody's gonna have their rhyme or reason or point of view or whatnot, and no matter what I say or what we say on this show or how it's addressed in what way possible, it will always be taken out of context in some way, shape, form, etc. So, um, so anyway, uh, we're gonna get here shortly. Um, Sam, of course, like I said, she'll be on very soon. Uh, Next week, Kim will be back. We are going to discuss some spooky season stuff. I had a video sent to us. My wonderful friend Kevin Buchanan, thank you, sir, sent in a video of the Wyatt Six from WWE at Universal. So we're going to check that out. Um, so I look forward to that. For people asking about Big E, he is on like a sabbatical. He's just taking some personal time. When he's ready to come back, he'll come back. That's how it goes. Um, Eventually, there's going to be a time and place where it's going to be my show, but I'm not going to be on it. It'll be hosted by somebody else, interviewing somebody else. Because I have personal things to come up to, and I'm not able to get to this when I can in a timely manner. But everybody knows you're supposed, like, when you need a minute, you have to like have some self-care. You know, I can't be on this all the time, but I bring you enough shows and enough episodes and enough content to keep it going. Um, with that being said, for people that, haven't, please do me a favor. Go ahead, like this show, subscribe to the show, tell people about this show. All the good feedback, even negative, I don't care. It's wonderful just to have the show out there and people watching it, viewing it, streaming it, listening to it, however, um, all across the world now. So I really appreciate y'all for doing such a thing. Um, and it's just I'm just taking this time for myself because I don't have to have a time to sit down and ask questions now. I'm getting a better flow of the show. And now um, I'm really starting to take charge of the show. So, and embracing it. So, like I said, there's going to be times I'm on here, but no more questions. I'm going to be like, I'll answer your questions in the beginning of the show. That's what we're going to do. If y'all have some questions or stuff you want me to answer before I bring my guest on or whatever, I'm going to start doing that. So a little bit of a change up, but I'm getting to it. Like ever since the 100th episode, I've literally been thinking about the next thing. One thing that's been brought to my attention that I can't really grasp on, because it's a weekly show, is the content topics. So I digress. If you out there watching the show, listening to it, typing in comments, all that stuff, the more ideas I get from you and the more things you want me or my guest to talk about, we can always discuss, except politics and religion. So, with that being said, tell your friends about the show. We're doing great on YouTube. Um, I finally am going to be able to uh, get the Cho Thoughts uh, Instagram back and working um, this weekend. Uh, I'll be going to the Renaissance Fair, so I'll try to get some video from that. That'll be fun. And we'll just wait for Sam to get here. So, ta-da, Sam's here. um, no, I was just filling him in until you came here. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
were you crying? We got to fuck somebody up.
I'm gonna fuck up my supervisor, but that's for a different day.
All right, cool. I was like, you seemed like you were in. I was like, I'll come there. I'll fuck somebody up, bro. I'm not in there.
No, it's been crazy the last like few days, crisis wise, and I think my supervisor, because she left for vacation today, so like I think she's been in like vacation mode and hasn't really been as supportive or as attentive as I need her to be. So I've kind of just checked out on like pulling her in for any of that. I've
Right.
just been like, I'm handling it myself. So it's just, yeah. If I drink, I would be out of, I would have a drink right now, but I will settle for comfort food like mac and cheese.
There you go. There you go. So, did you were gone? Did you lighten your hair?
It's always been, that's so funny that you say that because I've actually back in July, I got my hair cut and what did they do? They stripped it. So it was like my natural color, but
Yeah.
they have some highlights in there. And you were like the third person to ask me, did you lighten your hair? And I'm like, oh, it's been like this since July. I promise.
Yeah. I was like, you see, you go away, you come back, you got light hair. I was like, what happened?
You know what it might be? I came home and I was just like so annoyed with the trip because I got stuck in that fucking accident that happened by Squirrel Hill on the way home. So I was like annoyed, and when I get annoyed, I have to like stay busy. So I rearranged some of my apartment. So like if you noticed, I don't have that halo light now above me.
Yeah.
So that may be it.
That could be it. That could be it. I mean, shit, it happens. But so you went away.
I did. I went to New York.
So, you got any stories for us this week?
Oh, I've got quite a few. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, where do we even start? So I had
Yeah.
to take my mom to like different, doctor's appointments. Yeah, so that was a lot. Like honestly, my mom, um, she has a growth that came back. So we're kind of just hoping and praying that it's not cancer. So a lot of the doctor's appointments are running around. Um, but yeah, I was taking care of my sister's dogs. So like I had to drive back and forth with that, right? I remember I like text her at one point because I could hear her neighbors and they were fighting. And I'm like, your walls are thin. And she's like, oh, it's not that thin. She was like, they're just really loud. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the hell are they fighting over, right? No, no. They were fighting over Tide, what are they? The laundry pods.
No way.
Yes. Like I guess the woman was like asking him, like I guess it was on the list to get like Tide Pods,
Yeah.
and he got. I think it was Gain. I think he got Gain those pods. And I've never heard anybody go fucking ballistic. She was like, "Who uses Gain? Gain fucking sucks. If you want your clothes clean, you go with Tide and only Tide." I'm like,
They've been together entirely too long.
that's what I was Could you imagine if I was their marriage counselor to be like, so what happened this weekend, guys? He bought the wrong fucking
He bought
pods.
the wrong fucking pods. He bought Gain. I told him to buy fucking Tide. Look, here we are. I
Right?
kicked him out. I told him to go stay with his mother.
This is grounds for divorce.
Right? I can't have this. I've been doing this 15 years, and that's it. That was the last straw. Gang, Gregory, really?
Do you not realize that it's not the green container, it's the red container?
Right? Like, it's the orange one, motherfucker. Get it together. You know, the next day she went and returned that bitch and got Tide.
Oh, absolutely.
She wasn't fucking around. He slept on the couch.
I'm
Poor guy.
just sitting, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, going, do you know how pathetic that is? Like, maybe she's having a bad day, and I'm trying to understand, trying to see where she's coming from. But at the same token, I'm like, dude, he still accomplished the task. He still bought laundry detergent.
He still got pods. Like, at the end of the day, it's not like he forgot them.
Right?
You know, it reminds me of the movie The Breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston.
Mm-hmm.
And he buys the lemons.
Yes. She's like, I asked you for 6 lemons.
I asked you for
not
6
4.
lemons. And then he's like, well, my baby wants, my baby gets. Well, baby wants more lemons. That's
Right?
it. That's it. Well, I want Tide Pods, not Gain.
Right?
That's fucking great. Oh my god. So if you hear from your sister and be like, it's quiet over there, you could just be like, that's because he left.
I wonder why.
He pieced out. He was like, I don't know.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, right. But like, you should be accustomed to that, like with the thin walls or whatever, because like you have neighbors that are just, you know.
I know, but it's been quiet. It's been kind of quiet since, yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, there. Maybe the base guy above you, maybe he died.
I don't know. All I know is that after that episode, I found it was a guy downstairs, and I think you were onto something. I don't think he was doing drugs. I think he was chicka chicka bang bang.
Oh yeah, and he just needed background music.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
He was like, we're gonna put on the most bass thumping from my thumping.
Right.
Right.
Because it ended about like 9 o'clock. Or maybe it was like 10, something like that. It was late, but he turned down the music, and then I could hear her go, no, I don't like this song. And I was like, oh, and there it is. Paul was onto something.
Yeah, see, right? I mean, like, I'm just saying. Now, if he was doing it like after 10 o'clock, I'd be like, yeah, he's selling drugs or he's doing them.
Yeah.
But for him to like turn it down the moment,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's fucking
But
great. But yeah, carry on.
So that was that, because I was at my sister's for what, 2 days? Yeah, I was out there for 2 days. Let me tell you, I went on this basic, like, I am the worst person to give directions to. Like, you can like tell me something. I am the worst. I'm not gonna lie about that, right? So I'm tidying up my sister's apartment before she comes home. And I was like, oh, I'm taking out the trash. So she lives in this like luxury apartment complex, right? And I'm looking around, and like, for me, my apartment complex, the dumpster's right in the back. You just have to, So I go to her and I was like, hey, so like, where's your dumpster? Right? And she was just like, oh, it's down near apartment 11. Now she's in building 14. All right. So I'm like, well, where the fuck is building 11? And so she's trying to like tell me how to get there. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And like, where am I going with this? So I'm sitting there, and she's like, you have to walk out. Once you walk out of the main building, right? She was like, walk out down the steps, make a left. And she's like, you have to go down the hill. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it should be right there, right?
Yeah.
So I walked down the hill, but she was referring to like all the way down the fucking large ass hill. I just walked my ass down the tiny little hill. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see a dumpster. I see an entrance into the garage, and then I'm like, maybe it's in the garage. I'll just go in the garage. And my ass got locked in the garage. I was able to get, with the bag of trash, my ass got locked in the garage. So here I am. Okay. I walk in, I'm like, oh, there should be an easy way out. Carrying the bag of trash with me. And I try to come out and the door is like stuck and I can't get out. So I'm like, oh my God, like, am I stuck in here? Like, am I literally, how the fuck am I going to get out of this garage?
Yeah.
So, like, I cannot for the life of me. My sister's telling me that there's an elevator that can take you back upstairs to the first floor and you walk back around, right? Cannot for the life of me find this damn elevator. I am like, I'm walking up and down this fucking garage, right? Looking for this damn elevator. Finally, I hear it, right? Because somebody's coming down. I'm like running with this bag of trash. This poor old lady comes looking at me like, whoa, where the fuck did you come from? You've got a bag of trash. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, right.
So I'm like out of breath at this point. I'm like, where can I find a dumpster? And she looks at me, she goes, not in here. I was like,
no shit.
Right? And I've only been here. I mean, 20 minutes had gone by that I was in the. So I was like, well, how do I get out? And so she points me in the direction of the elevator. She's like, you can either wait until I open the garage and you could walk out, or you could take the elevator, which is right around the corner. And I was like, I'll wait till you open the garage because oh my ass, I will get lost if I find that elevator. Just saying. Right. So I walk out and then she was like, you just have to go down the hill. So mind you, there's like this tiny little ass hill and then you walk and then it's a larger hill. Okay. So I was like, okay, cool. Right. So I start walking down the little hill and I'm looking around and I cannot see a dumpster for the life of me. So I start walking around the fucking building looking for a dumpster. Cannot find this dumpster. Okay. So I come right back to where I am and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know where the fuck this dumpster is. Text my sister again. You have to walk down the hill. I walk down the hill. Okay. Well, keep in mind, this is in the middle of Connecticut. So, like, you get wild ass animals, right?
Yeah.
I see a fucking buck to my right of me. Because, mind you, this is now like, it's around dusk. And I'm like, okay. I freaked out to a point that I bolted like a motherfucker. Okay. I found the large ass hill she's talking about because I slid down the large ass hill.
Run from a deer.
So then I get up, dusting myself off, and there's the dumpster at the very end of the damn hill.
So after being afraid of the fucking deer, it's like I ain't dealing with this. You basically slide down a hill. Man, would that all take 40 minutes?
It took me almost an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say damn. I'd have been like, hey, you know what? fuck your trash.
Right? Because then the worst part about it is I handled the trash, right? And figured it all out. And then I looked and I was like, wait, there has to be another way to get back.
Yeah.
Because mind you, there's I slid down the motherfucking hill. Now I gotta climb the hill.
That's true.
So I'm looking around going, and all I know is that it's literally building 11 is next to building 10 in this cul-de-sac. Yeah. And it's near all the mailboxes, and I don't know where the fuck I am. So I'm like, do I make a right? Do I make a left? Where? So I'm like, you know what? I'm not about to get lost again. I'm going to chug it up this hill.
Oh,
I could barely I made it up the first hill, and I was like, fuck, why did I just get lost again?
Oh my God. All I keep thinking of is when I would have got back to your sister's apartment, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving the trash here with a note. Be like, you get it there. All right. I love you. You get it there.
I kept thinking about that. Once I got out of the garage, I just wanted to be like, fuck this. You're going to throw out your own trash. Fuck this.
I'd have left her a note when I was leaving, but by the way, from now on, take out your I'll pull it out. Take your own fucking trash. I ran from a fucking deer. Okay, I slid down a fucking hill. I was gone for almost an hour, but your other bag is in the your other bag's in the dumpster. This one, you're on your own. Love you, right? Samantha. Jesus Christ. Good grief.
But
Dude, nope.
Nope, it took that it literally took me almost an hour. I think it was 55 minutes total by the time I got done, and I was like, never again. Never again.
And then by the time you get to the apartment, you're out of gas. You probably fucked up your thigh or your leg, and you're like, all for trash.
Right? All this for a bag of trash.
All this for a bag of fucking trash. Nah, you know what? Fuck her trash. That'd be me. Like, fuck her trash.
So then like
No.
I went to go to my mom's because like I stayed with, my sister was going to come home. She was like, I'm on my way home. I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm going to peace out, like whatever. So my mom lives an
Yeah.
hour away. So I go to my mom, right? And I get there and my dad's lying on the couch or whatever. And like, of course, I have my cat with me because like my cat travels with me, right? My dad is not a cat person. Never has been.
I could have
Like,
felt that vibe
okay.
from anywhere.
But this is where I think hell froze over because like I walked through the door and usually my dad would be like, "Oh, hey, how are you? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And like, "I'm good." Nope. Not even a, "Hey, Sam, how are you?" It was, "Where's the cat? You have the cat with you?"
Really?
Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, Cerise is with me. Why?" He was like, "Well, she's going to stay here, right? Tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, but we have to like, my mom's cat has to go somewhere else." And he was like, "No, she can stay with me. She can stay in my bedroom." What? He was
Yeah,
like, "Well, that's
right.
like my fur grandbaby." He's like, "Can I see her?" And I was like, "Shut the front door. Like, are you on drugs right now?"
Like, Dad,
Like,
you all right? You on your shit?
right? Like, you are not a capper. He just sat like dead ass. I took her out. I'm holding her, and he's like she claws up on his chest. He's petting her. He's watching the fucking ball game with my cat. I was like, hell, really fucking froze over.
But he's not like that with your mom's cat?
No, he can't stand my mom's cat.
Huh. Weird.
And like Christina, my middle sister she has one cat, right? And Jessica's got 6 cats. So
Oh, good gravy.
yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
It don't beat 14, so I'm okay.
She named them all after the chipmunks. So it's like Alvin, Simon, Theodore, the 3, and then the 3 girl chipmunks.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, my God. I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Right?
She can't have 7.
Nope. Her
Say
husband
no
won't
more.
allow them to get another one. He's like, 6 is enough.
Right? Till she gets another one. I'm like, this is David Seville. But like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Like, calm it the fuck down. All right.
But this is where this is where, oh my god. So like everything went smooth, right? Like, my dad had the worst dad joke ever.
Oh. Oh man. Go ahead.
So my dad knows that like when I come home, I still work from where I'm at. So like I'll answer calls if a crisis, if one of my clients calls, things of that nature. So I literally my work phone rang and I was like, I gotta go. I was like, Dad, like I'll be right back. Like I ran out. This was like the next day, right? So my dad didn't know why I had run out of the house so fast. So and I come back in after the work call. He goes, "Oh, hey, were you busy? You busy on your work call?" I was like, "I was." He goes, "Busy shrinking heads." You get it? Shrinking heads.
Jesus. 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 You know Brandy's watching this laughing her ass off because it's something stupid. The woman laughed at every stupid dad joke ever. Like I swear.
I've never in my life, my dad is sitting there cracking up at his own joke. He's like, I get it. I'm like, I get it, Dad.
See, again, I swear this is why our fathers will meet one day because my dad will do the same thing. He'll be like, huh, yeah, you get it? That's a good one. I'm like, not really, but okay, okay,
Right?
yeah, cool, Dad, great, yeah, yeah, because yeah, I get it. Yeah, I got it. No, did you get it? I totally got it.
Right?
Got it. I got it. Okay. Yeah.
But then like my dad is also like he'll fight if needed. Like he won't, he'll advocate or whatever. So I had just left my parents and I was going to go visit my best friend. So again, she lives like a half an hour from my parents. And I like as I'm pulling out, right, I noticed this car and he's definitely speeding. He's got to be doing like 70, 80 miles an hour. He's flying, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so I pull out behind him. So I'm not thinking much of it because I'm just like, okay, cool, like he's way up there. So he starts slowing down a little bit. And I was like, because at one point, this is where you reach the Hallmark town with my parents, right? And it is literally 30 miles an hour through that area.
Okay.
So earlier that day when I was out with my mom, she was saying something. She was like, "Oh, they're building something. I wonder what it is." And she's like, "It's got that blue little canopy thing over there." And so I didn't know what my mom was talking about until I drove by it. So I got distracted and I'm looking at it. And of course, when you're distracted, sometimes like you swerve, right?
Yeah.
So
Naturally.
I'm right in front of me though. There's a radar and it says your speed limit 26, and I was like, oh, okay, you know. And then I'm joking, and I was like, Mom, that blue canopy, that's a YMCA. That's what they're putting in there. It's a YMCA. It's not some fancy spa like she thought it was. I was like, it is a YMCA.
The way you were breaking it down, I was thinking to myself, of like, this is it. This is when it sets it up. That, the girl that lives in Pittsburgh, she goes and sees her family in Connecticut. They're building something amazing. And then when Sam goes around there for Christmas time, there'll be some guy that was like, hey, I just came back and I'm putting the finishing touches on this project. I'm a businessman from over blah, 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 blah. And Sam's like, are you now? Oh my God. You know
Right?
what? You want to do this? And then I'm going to build a shelter for cats. No, you're not. Look, this is mine. And then all of a sudden, bang! There's the Hallmark story. And then Sam comes back and be like, hey, Paul, I met this dude. I'm like, tell me every fucking thing about it. Like, but you can't unless it's on the show.
Well, no, I did meet a dude. Did you not see my profile picture? Did you not see
No.
that I finally met a man and tied him down?
Did you tied a man down, didn't you?
What?
You actually tied a man down.
No,
He's in the back room. We can't see him.
that's it. That's it.
I fucking
No,
knew it.
no,
Yeah.
no. No. I was like, so back to that. So I was like, oh, okay, it's 28 miles an hour. I was like, oh, okay, and then I was like, shit. And now, no, it's a 2 lane, so it's not like anybody was, Mr. Speedy Pants was up there. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, and then I like quickly swerved back into the other lane, right?
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I see the lights go on. And I'm like, fuck, are you really pulling me over? Like, what the hell? So I pull over onto the side, right? One police officer comes to the passenger side window. And this is where I was just like, there's no way in hell you're pulling me over for the correct reason, because his story was not adding up. And I went back to my dad, and my dad went off. So he goes, do you know why I'm pulling you over, ma'am? And I'm like, no, actually, I don't. Like, last that I knew, I was doing 28 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Like, I was doing the speed limit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, what the hell? So he was like, you were swerving. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, when I'm swerving, I kind of geared off a little bit because I got distracted. I was like, oh, I was like, my apologies. I'm so sorry. I was like, I know I got distracted by the new YMCA that's being built over there, but like, I really didn't see myself swerving.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, have you been drinking? And I'm like, no. And he was like, okay. He's like, do you have your license and registration? I was like, yeah. So as I'm getting it out, he was like, you were also speeding. I clocked you in at doing 66 miles an hour. I was like,
maybe the dude at the top of the fucking hill or whatever.
right? Like the car in front of me, sure. So I was like, officer, I am not from around here. I was just following, the traffic, the flow of the traffic, but I really did not think I was going that fast. He's like, but you were. So now I'm sitting here thinking to myself going, okay, so what is it? Is it because I was swerving, or is it because you clocked me in doing 66?
What are you trying to catch
Like,
me in that I didn't do?
right.
Yeah.
So then he walks out and he was like, let me go run this. Right. So then when he comes back, he's got his partner with him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now, this looked like a new guy. Like, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
So his partner goes, Pennsylvania license plates, huh? I said, yeah. He goes, where from? What part of Pennsylvania? I was like, I'm from Pittsburgh. He's like, oh, okay. And then the other the original police officer hands me back my license and registration. He goes, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give you a ticket for speeding. This area is 30 miles per hour. We had a fatal accident just last week, and we're trying to enforce that with the radar. And, the fact that you were doing 42 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone indicates that I'm going to have to give you a ticket. So then my brain is going. First, you tell me you're pulling me over because I was swerving, asking me if I was drinking. Then you tell me I was doing 66 in a 30. Now I'm doing 42.
Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah. I was like, so you're not pulling me over for speed, and there is no reason. I was out of state. You just got lucky because you know that I'm not coming back to fight this. You know that was an easy payout.
And as soon as you swerved, he got you.
Yep.
So
I was like 42. I was like, that's interesting because just beforehand, you told me I was doing 66. He was like, well, no, I never said you did 66. I told you that I clocked you in at 42.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, this fucking bastard. And he didn't even give me an option, right? He was just like, well, just, when you go ahead, go click on this little, because it's a QR code. He goes, click on this QR code, accept that you're guilty and pay the fine and you'll be okay.
Nah.
That's 3 points on my license, dude.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? So I was like, no, I think I'm going to fight it. And he looked at me and he goes, do what you wish, but you're still getting a ticket. Hands me gives me a ticket and he goes, I hope you have a good day, and walks away.
Like this motherfucker.
So I went ahead and I was like, well, what the fuck is this asshole, right? So I look online the next day and it says that the ticket itself was $200. So I was like, right? So I go ahead and I told my dad, and my dad went ballistic. He was like, who the fuck was this officer? And I was like, so I tell him, and apparently my dad's got connections in Connecticut. Like, this man has connections everywhere.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Your dad's just like mine. Who was it? Oh, I know, blah, 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 down at the precinct. How?
Yeah.
Like,
well, all I know is that my dad made a couple of phone calls, okay? I still had to pay the fine, but there are no points on my license. So they cut the fine down. It wasn't $200. It was just $100 and no points on my license. I don't know how he did it, but I was like, I will take that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sure. Like, to me, I'd have been fine with nothing. Mm-hmm. But, $100, no points. Fuck you, cop.
Like, right? I was just like, But the way my dad was like, who is he? Yeah, it's on the tickets. And I remember being like, I don't know, Dad. I don't remember who pulled me over. I wasn't looking at his badge. And my dad literally, I kid you not, like, because I'm at his house when we're saying this, he sits there, rolls his eyes, he goes, you're a psychiatrist. You have a master's degree. The name is on the ticket.
He's not lying. He right as fuck, though. He's like, it's right here, Sam.
Right?
Right here, Johnson.
Right?
That's fucking great. Your dad was not playing no games. He's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Right? I wasn't looking at the badge. It's on the citation. That'd be some shit my dad would do. He's like, it's right here, dumbass. Right? Like, all right, whatever. It's still fucking crazy, though, is that you, like, swerved because you were looking at something, obviously, that your mother was telling you about, and then all of a sudden it's like you have berries and cherries on behind you, and you're just like, dude, what the fuck? And then the audacity to not, to one, say you were drinking, two, can't get your fucking speed limit right, and three, come back to you with a different speed limit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where, and to top that all off in that area, because remind you, they're building the YMCA, right? That's a construction zone. The construction zone was still active. So if I were speeding and you're getting me for a speeding ticket, okay, why did the fine and the points not double for speeding in the construction zone?
That's legit. That checks out. It should have.
So that's why my dad was like in agreement with me. He was like, that bastard didn't pull you over there was nothing. You did nothing wrong. Everything. He was just pulling excuses out of his fucking ass. At
He
this
was just
point,
doing
he
it to
just
make the
knew.
quota.
Yep.
Uh huh.
Yep.
That's the bullshit, man. That's just bullshit. I mean, in retrospect to that today, so I would I sat down. I was doing service in Washington County. I
Hmm.
was able to like seriously talk with one of the judges for a half hour, and just not even talking like legal shit. We were just bullshitting, and she was very nice, very great. Shout out to Judge Kelly Stewart over in Washington County. Appreciate the conversation. We were talking about college football. So I'm done. Like done leaving out of there today. And I watched two SUVs from the time I left the courthouse, like right up on my ass. And I
Hmm.
was like, ain't no way. I was like, I'm in a fucking cube truck. There's nobody pulling me over. So we're coming down, like down on 19, and they pull up next to me,
Hmm.
like both cars. And the one dude puts his window down and was like, we just wanted to make sure you got out of here okay. I was like, you motherfuckers.
Fucker.
I was like, dude, you had my fucking asshole tight as shit.
Right.
And what's funny is like, there ain't no drugs in the fucking car. The car, like the truck can only go so fast as diesel.
Hmm.
So I'm like, it ain't speeding. And then I was like, you sons of bitches. And then they were like, are you all, oh, you're all done, Paul? And I was like, yeah. Like,
Right.
yeah. Like, what the fuck? You know, the morgue moved, right? Yeah, I know the coroner moved. What are we doing here?
Right.
Like, I was like, what? We bullshitted at the red light? I was like, you understand? Like, yo, I'm sweating my balls off now, right? Like, I was like, dude, what the fuck? They're like, hey, man, well, have a good one. Burp, burp. And if I was like, bro.
Let me tell you though, I feel that, okay, because now I'm like so extra cautious. I was like, 30 miles an hour, we're doing 30 miles. Go past me, guys. Because
Right? Then all of a sudden you see a cop like pull up behind you. You're like, all right,
right,
let's
like
fucking go. Here we go. What am I doing? 32? Turn that shit down to 30. I ain't having your
right.
bullshit today. Mm-mm.
It
Mm-mm.
was so bad that like on the highway, because like it's pretty much a straight shot. Like if you know, like you have to get on different highways, but you're on there for for like for instance, when I get on I-84, I'm on there for literally 110 miles. So
Yeah.
anytime like when I'm using Waze or Google Maps and they're like, police reported ahead, I immediately slow down, set my cruise control to like the exact speed limit.
I swear to God, I will do the same thing. If we're driving somewhere, and even when like for work or like when me and Brandy are doing something, or even when I'm out and about, and it'd be like police reported ahead in like 2 miles, man. I wait till I know I'm like a mile away, and then
Yes.
it's like everything just goes down. I'm like, I'm fucking around. I ain't playing
Uh-uh.
today. And then I get more pissed off when the cop ain't there no more.
Right?
I'll be like,
Oh my God.
motherfucker.
Mm-mm. Or when
Man,
the biggest is when the one that really irks me is also when they're like, police reported ahead, and you're like slowing down and you're just like, okay, and you look, and the police are there because it's construction and they're doing their job.
yep. Or police are there, but they're on the other side of the
Other
fucking
side.
road.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, get it together.
I always laugh because I'm like, who's making these reports? How many people are that excited to be like, oh, cop?
Right? I mean, if you want free points on your fucking waste thing so you can get a different voice and you're looking for like Tom Hardy for Venom or whatever, dude, please do not report to the police on the other side while we're here driving in. Like, oh God, I can't stand that shit. My ways goes off for the dumbest reasons.
Mhm.
Brandy said hers, so it's different. Like it doesn't tell her like railroad crossings, potholes, etc. It gives her like the big ones, like
Yeah.
construction, police, stuff like that. Meanwhile, we'll do mine, and she'll be like, "Pothole ahead." I'll be like, "I look, I don't know. All right,
What did
I don't have the time to go finagle with it. All right, I just look. It is what it
Hey,
is. Okay."
my ways tells me when there's an object in the road, so
Mine does too, and I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta fix that. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I
How?
mean, it said object on the road, and I came up to it was a dead raccoon.
Right? Or I love when it's like vehicle stopped ahead, and all of a sudden you're just driving. You're like, "Oh, there it goes."
Right?
Damn, that sucks. Looks like that's been there a while. Or I love when it's like pothole, and I'm like, "Oh, there ain't no doo-doo." There it is. My
Right? And you're
bad.
like,
Fuck, there it goes. Yeah, I get crazy stuff all the time. Boom, 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 boom. Hello. You're here and then you're gone?
I'm gonna watch a Toy Story 3.
Have at it.
no, my best friend, her ways has the different voices, right? So she had one where it was, I don't even remember who it was, but he was just like, turn left. Damn it, I told you to turn left.
That's a good one. Mine actually was Tom Hardy and Venom.
Mhm.
And Tom Hardy would tell you like in a quarter mile, make a left. And Venom would say like, can we get drive through? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, no. No, we gotta it's literally like 10 minutes, man. Like, no, we're not getting the
Yeah.
drive. Yeah, or
No,
like if I would make a U-turn, it'd be like, go back that way. I'm like, I am.
hers, like when she arrived at the destination, he goes, you are here. You know, appreciation goes a long way, you selfish person. You can at least thank me.
Gee, I kind of want that. I want some vulgarity and some like anger in my ways.
I
Oh
laughed because
yeah.
I was like, why did you choose this one? So her 17-year-old just learned how to drive, right? And she was just like, do you, because her 17 is, teenager, she's a neurodivergent teenager. So she gets distracted very easily, very quickly. So she was like, oh no, she snaps out of it when somebody's like, I told you to turn right.
But wouldn't you think that would like freak her out though?
It really doesn't. No, it actually helps her. I mean, she kind of like almost misses it 90% of the time, and I'm afraid to go driving with her, but she's learning.
Because I'd be a little freaked out for her sake, like when it snaps her out and all of a sudden she's like, "Where?" I'm like, whoa, whoa, no, right over here. Right here. That'd be me. I'd be like, no, 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 don't mind that. It's just space. Just space.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I think I'm so used to it because like that's how I drive. Like, you're from New York. It's just like we have the worst road rage. We like, like we'll be like, oh, let's turn, quick turn, and like
Oh
it's
yeah.
bad. And I
I
mean,
think
it's so bad that my mom was in the car because I was, taking her to the doctors, and she's sitting there holding on like this, and she's like, oh, "We are gonna make it alive, right?"
oh, she's on the O ship bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those were great times. I used to have that with my grandmother when we went to South Carolina. Or yeah, that shit was so funny. She'd be clinching onto that, and either myself or Ashley would be driving, and we both would be like, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine." Um, you sure? Because like we've been driving for hours, and you have that motherfucker clenched. I'm like, you're gonna end up breaking your arm. "I'm fine." "Okay, all right,
Uh-huh.
whatever."
Well, my mom actually did sprain her arm. She sprained her wrist. So.
From the O ship bar? Jesus.
She had to wear a cast, like a wrist brace.
You can't go to Connecticut.
I can't.
You got your mom in a fucking like
I'm just
wrap.
breaking my mom.
I was like, I mean, the only good thing is like your dad got cool with your cat. You fucking slid down a fucking hill. You got pulled over by a dickhead cop. God damn you for fucking admiring the YMCA. How dare you?
No, right?
How dare you? How long does it take to get there?
Depends. So if we're talking about like if I go visit my best friend, like if I'm going to stay with her, it's 8 hours and 15 minutes to get there. If I go and stay with Christina, it is 5 hours and 46 minutes. And if I'm going to go see my mom, it's 7 hours and 52 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What? So when you left, when do you? So when you do this,
Mm-hmm.
not New York, like, but mainly when you do Connecticut trips, do you leave first thing in the morning? Do you leave at night? Do you try
I
to
can't
like
do
leave as
nights
soon as?
because I'm not a night owl anymore. I get very tired. So I usually leave about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's decent. You get there at a decent time.
Mm-hmm. Now coming home, that's what kills me because I like to spend extra time when I'm there. So a lot of times I'm not leaving until like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
So then
So
you
by
don't
the
get
time I,
back there. So like roughly between all three, your best friend being the latest is probably like 8, 9.
yes. Yep.
That's not necessarily so bad. It's better than, anything after like midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I mean, but it's getting to a point that the drive is so like I could tell you with the back of my hand how to get there.
can
So
you, or are you going to make me like get lost?
no, you're gonna get onto 376 and then you're gonna go on 22 and that's gonna take you to 99. Then you're gonna run 99 or yeah, from 99 to I-80 to I-81 to I-84.
And then you fall down the hill when you go take the trash out.
And then I fall down when I take the trash out.
That's fucking great. So tell me, I must have missed it because I was like, where'd you post it? You posted it on Facebook?
Yeah, it's my new profile picture.
Okay, so how'd you tie a man down?
So I was okay, so there's a backstory to this that I have to share.
Let's
So
go.
I was visiting my best friend because like I had spent time with my sister, spent time with my mom, everything else, and my best friend was just like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "Nothing. Why?" I was like, "My dad's working. He's doing the night shift. My mom's here. We're cool. Why?" She's like, "Well, Aubrey, who is her youngest, she was like, it's her open house tonight. Do you want to come?" When you grow up in like cow country, right? Everybody knows each other. It's pretty much you don't ever leave that area. You pretty much marry whoever was in your class, and that's it, right? So when I graduated high school, I graduated number 4 out of 130 kids. Okay, so we had a very small class. It wasn't major. Maya, who is my best friend's oldest daughter, who's going to graduate in June, her class is now literally 700. Okay. So it has grown significantly over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, of course, things have changed in the high school. So I was like, yeah, I would love to walk around my old high school, just see who's there. There are only 2 teachers that are still there from when I was in high school. Okay. I graduated high school in 2004. So that's that to me, that's impressive that they're still there. So I'm walking around and we get there and she's really excited about her classes. She's a straight A student. She loves her teachers. So we finally get into this one classroom and it is her history class.
Okay.
And her teacher, Mr. Lorenzo, is the definition of, that very tall, dark, and handsome Italian man. Okay. So we walk into the classroom and I see him and he's just sitting on the desk and he's joking around. He's a cool teacher. And I look and I was like, who is this man? And I'm immediately looking, no ring on the finger, right? So I'm joking with my best friend and I was like, is he taken? She's like, I don't think so. I think he's one of the singles. So Aubrey overhears me and she goes, I know you ain't talking about my teacher. And I was like, we'll see. Right. So of course, like it goes on. They have like 15, 20 minutes at the open house of each talking about what each class is, things,
Yeah.
So he's sitting here and he's talking. And I'm joking with my best friend. I was like, I bet I can make some history with him. So like she's sitting here laughing, right? Because like the desks are together. So it's me and my best friend, and then her 2 kids are up front, right? Yeah. So like we're laughing. So after class, I go in, I introduce myself, and I was like, because he could have sworn he was like, I'm pretty sure you were in my class. I was like, when no, because you were only here. You came in like right after I graduated. You started in 2005. I graduated in 2004. So no, like we just missed each other. And so he goes, well, what's your name? And I tell him and everything else. And, I was like, so are you Aubrey's history teacher? He goes, yeah, for the first semester. And I was like, oh, and he's like, well, who are you? We're talking, we're laughing. And I tell him that at one point, like I started my career as a teacher. So, we're hitting it off, we're talking. And all of a sudden, he goes ahead and he says, yeah, my mother-in-law. And I was like, and there it is. So, we wrap it up. And as we're leaving, Aubrey looks at me and she goes, like, what were you talking to my teacher? And so I'm joking with her. I was like, oh, I got his number. She's like, ew, what is wrong with you? I was like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with you? Do you not see how fucking hot he is?
Yeah.
So she goes, I don't know you. I don't fucking know you. You're weird. I don't know you. This is disturbing. So she starts like storming away, right?
Oh my God.
So she's like dead ass thinking that I like legit is trying to hook up with her teacher.
Yeah, and you got the teacher's number.
Yeah. So we go ahead, and on the way back, my friend's like, I got to stop at Dollar General. I got to pick up some things. I'm like, all right. So we're walking around the Dollar General. At that point, like, I'm doing everything and anything to embarrass their 13-year-olds, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Doors open.
She's trying to pick up like frozen dinners that have chicken and stars. I was like, yeah, you know who else is a star? Mr. Lorenzo.
She's like, man, I don't need that.
Right? She like puts it back. And then she picks up like a box of cereal, and it said Crave cereal. I was like, do you know what I'm craving?
This is you're making it as uncomfortable as possible.
Right?
She's like, oh my God, Sam, enough.
So it got to a point that we walked past this skeleton who was like tied down in the chair, right? And and so I was like, you know what? Scoot over, Mr. Lorenzo. I need to sit on your lap.
This is great. She probably ran out the damn store. She's like, I can't handle this bitch anymore.
She always laughs whenever I come in because like my best friend and I are like two peas in a pod with that, but I bring it out more in my best friend when I'm home with her.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there and she's laughing, and Aubrey's like, I can't. No, why do you even come? I can't deal with your home. And you're like, look at you two.
I can't handle all this shit.
Right?
I gotta go back to school there. You don't.
So then, like, I sat down next to the head skeleton, and I like started holding its hand, and I wrapped my leg around his, and I was just like, "Hey, honey bunny, what's going on?"
Oh my
and
God.
all of a sudden, Aubrey looks and she goes, you're not doing this to me right now. You're not. And I was like, meet Mr. Lorenzo. Meet my new hubby. And she just sat there. She stormed out. She's like, I'm done. Mom, I'm going to the car. I can't deal with this.
You know, fuck that kid up, Sam. She probably went to school like the next time and was like,
Right? She will never look at our history teacher the same way.
fuck. No. And now when she wants chicken and stars, she's going to be traumatized. When she wants Crave cereal, she's going to be traumatized. And you just fucked up Halloween for that child.
Well, that's why I started laughing too, because like at one point in the store, we started laughing, and she said, what are you laughing about? And I don't remember what it said. It said something along the line. It said like, oh no, my friend found like a ruler or something like that. And I was like, she goes, she's messing around with it. I was like, oh really, 12 inches, huh? And she's like, what? And all of a sudden I was like, I wonder what else has 12 inches. Could you take a guess at what I'm thinking about, Aubrey?
Oh my God. I'll give him a history lesson.
Right?
Fucked her up, bro. He'll be like, for your next history lesson, she'll be like, don't fucking say it. Don't fucking say it. Don't fucking say it. Poor girl's gonna have PTSD from the history.
So that's when my best friend took the picture of me at the skeleton, and that's when the inside joke came in that I tied a man down.
Oh my God. All right, cool. Oh my God. Jesus. Fuck that up, Sam.
Everything that's that we went home, and she was going to cook dinner or whatever, so we went back to her place, and I'm looking at the school calendar that Aubrey had brought home, and I noticed that because she's in the school band. So I was like, you have a winter concert, and it's going to be the same time that I'm home. She's like, what are you getting at? I was like, Mr. Lorenzo going to be there?
Yeah.
She immediately stopped and went, you're not invited. You are not coming. You were not invited.
See, this is it. But yeah, he said he had a wife. See, because I was sitting there, what if by the wintertime he's not with the wife, and then he's helping them with the YMCA, because people need history lessons at the YMCA. I'm writing my own Hallmark special literally as I'm going. Like, and then Sam's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for what happened." And then he's like, "Oh, I appreciate that." And then like they go to dinner at the Dollar General. They get the chicken and stars, a box of crave for in the morning because
Well, we have our own little cottage.
there you go. That dude, I would fucking die if you go up there and all of a sudden you're like, it's just you text me and be like, Mr. Lorenzo. I'll be like, shut the fuck up. I'll be like, dude, I need more details because I don't know. But like, so he's like, my dumb ass would see him and be like, Italian guy, be like, buongiorno.
Right.
Like, that's Italian history. Sorry. Like, dude, I'm on location shooting Pod Vacation episodes. I don't know.
Aubrey would be like, "Don't ever come and visit again."
But like, who? She'd be like, "What? Who did you bring with you?" We're like, I'm a little busy. Hold on. What is happening right here? We were just doing a shot. It was great. We're shooting a Hallmark. We're shooting a Choke Thoughts fucking podcast Hallmark movie. Like, dude, that's fucking outstanding. Like, that's so funny. Because like her being like the younger teenage years, and of course she gets embarrassed over the littlest thing.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Mhm.
I see you going to that winter concert.
Oh, I plan on it. Yep. Well,
Just
it's sad because like on a serious level, like their dad's not in the picture. Like he hasn't been in the picture for years now. And I say he's not in the picture, but like he will he tries to compensate for his absence by like just buying them Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. And he'll join. They have PlayStation. What's the newest PlayStation? PlayStation 5? Was that it?
mhm.
So he got them a PlayStation 5 so that they can connect, right? And he like he's barely on it. He doesn't really play games with them. And then when he is on it trying to talk to them, like they're two teenage girls. Like nothing against women who are gamers, because that's great. That's terrific. It's just they're not into that right now at their age. Like, Maya's 17. She's interested in boys and she's interested in going out shopping with her girls. And,
Yeah.
Aubrey right now is in K-pop Demon Hunters, and that's her thing.
Dude, that's like a fucking thing. That is
It,
like
it really
a
is.
thing right now. And I was like, what is the fad behind this? And then like it's got me to the point where I'm like, do I have to research this for the goddamn show? Because like
Dude,
I
I
don't
can talk
understand the
about it
hype.
for a whole hour. Have you watched it?
No. And I'm like,
Oh,
eventually I think I'm gonna have to.
you're going to have to, because okay, so I've watched it 10 times now. No joke. I've done it primarily because of Aubrey, but because it is also good and it does help me like use some content for therapeutic purposes. But like in a nutshell, basically, and this is how I perceive it. I don't know how everybody else is going to like take it, but for me, I perceive that the main message behind it is be yourself.
Okay.
Don't allow anybody else to try to change you. Like basically she's quote unquote a demon. She's half demon because her dad was a demon, and she tries to hide them. She tries to hide the patterns because she's afraid that people are going to judge her. She's afraid that she's going to die because of the patterns. Like,
Yeah.
not to get political in this, but you can relate it to a lot of how, a lot of people are feeling in today's society based on their color and their ethnicity. Am I going to be able to see tomorrow because I'm Hispanic?
Right.
So a lot of that and that message that they were saying was like, don't cover up. Expose who you are. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself. Like, embrace it, show it off,
Right.
and fuck what everybody else has to say about you.
Yeah.
Just be you. So, like, that's how I perceive it. I think it is a great movie to be able to enhance that message to younger kids. But what I'm gathering is that a lot of these kids are just memorized by the characters and the songs.
It looks it because like I'll look on like Instagram or Facebook and it pops up, and then like I was just on TikTok like researching stuff for like this, like what to do for this episode, and I was like, it's fucking everywhere. I was like, I can't get like it. Literally
I
is everywhere.
Paul, I have, my clients, right? And they're all, they're in different grade levels, whatever. One of them had a boy reach out to her, okay, and wants to get to know her on a different level. We're talking middle school. It's puppy
Yeah.
love, right? Do you know how he asked her? He
Surprising.
approached her and said, "Will you be my soda pop?"
I guess it's from the show.
Yes. There's a whole song when the boy band comes out and they acknowledge that there's a boy band and he goes soda pop. Like it's a catchy song. It really is. But now they're using it as, yeah, I want you to be my soda pop. Will you be my soda pop? You are my soda pop.
All right, I'm gonna have to research this shit because I'm like I want to see what the fucking fascination is. Like I just need to know. Like I feel bad. I just so since we're on the topic of like media and stuff, Brandy wants to see this. Uh, John Wick presents Ballerina. It's like a female assassin from the world,
Oh wait, is
and
this the same one that she posted on her Facebook? The one
maybe.
that looks like, oh, maybe that's Pinocchio. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, that's the Geppetto thing.
Okay, but that
Where
Geppetto looks like Mothman. But that's all.
right, but meanwhile, I'm like it's in the face though. It looks like Robert Englund, like
In
a
the
little
face,
bit in
yes.
the
But
face. It
overall, I
does.
thought it was like a new Mothman, and I was getting all excited, and no.
I mean, I'd be okay with that too because I like the original Richard Gere. But so she wants to see this action movie, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then I told her, I was like, you understand? All right, I digress. I've never seen the John Wick movies in their entirety. I've seen clips,
Mhm.
I've seen pieces, I've caught them. For the love of love, I went and literally watched a John Wick movie every day this week just so I can get all caught up. And there's four of them.
John Wick. It sounds familiar. Is this the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yep.
The one where they kill his puppy?
In the first one, yeah, they
Yes.
kill his puppy and steal his
Okay.
piece.
I had never seen John Wick, and then it was on TV. So I watched it. The second that fucking puppy died, I became so intrigued. I was like, you fucking kill those bastards.
Dude, and that he did. That
He
he
did.
fucking
And I
did.
cheered. I fucking cheered. That puppy got justice.
I think it's like the second or third, but like he starts getting into a whole bunch of like shit, like like a whole bunch of like crime, mob
Mhm.
shit, whatever. And there's this Russian mother that talks to him or whatever, and she's like, "This is all over a puppy," and he was like, and he just looked at her, and she looked back at him, and she's like, okay, like I get why you're doing what you're doing, but like. You're having people die around you, like, because he ends up getting like a fight ensues and they end up dying. But like
Mhm.
it all stems from that. Like all from that fucking first one all the way till the
I'm
fourth one.
just saying, okay? I love animals more than I do of humans. Not gonna fucking lie, okay? Anybody came and hurt my fucking kitten, your ass is mine.
Dude, and then he gets another dog at the
I
end of the
somebody
first
did tell
one.
me that, but I don't have it in me to watch it.
He did. So he gets another dog at the end of like at right at the end of the first one, he gets a dog. They take off, scene. It's over.
Mhm.
Like, all right. I will say this, I do not spoil anything, but that dog stays alive the entire time.
Well, good,
Like
good.
the new dog
Okay.
does. But yeah, so I had to sit there and now I'm in this John Wick universe. I finished all four of them, and now I'm gonna watch like this thing about the hotels in the show. It's actually really good. Like, plus it's Keanu Reeves. Like, dude's the man. Like, even from like
I mean,
Dracula
he
and
is
Bill and
also
Ted,
fun to look at. So
you're gonna tie him down too. I mean, he might get out of it.
I'll tie him
The,
down. Yeah,
the guy's a fucking assassin, or like he's been John Constantine, which is
I'll wrestle
fucking
him.
right. Yeah, people forget too that like he was John Constantine, and that movie was incredible.
Mhm.
That was a good one. But yeah, like so I was like doing that, and I, then I'd sit there and, like I said, I'd fuck with my phone. K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? And I was like, man, I guess I gotta, for the love of
I
the
think
show.
it's like almost 2 hours long. It is pretty long. I could be wrong. I know it's long. It's like definitely over an hour, but
Well,
I like
fucking,
it.
fucking, the last John Wick or the fourth one, the motherfucker was 3 hours. I was like, what am I watching? Lord of the Rings.
Right?
Like I was like watching it on whatever streaming, and I was like, bro, did you say? Is that say three? I was like, that said 2 hours and 54 minutes. I was like, bro, I just watched all of this part, and I was like, only in this for an
Your
hour?
face. You were like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm only in this for an hour. What the fuck? But it it was worth 3 hours. I'll put it.
good.
So
See, I don't know. I've never been a movie type of person. Like, I really have to be intrigued in the plot of the movie for me to like want to see it. So I can't do movie theaters anymore. Like, well, it depends, but a lot of times I wait now until it's out. But I cannot be like in a comfortable position. I can't be on a couch. I can't like, because then like I get bored real quick, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just shutting my eye, and then before you know it, I'm waking up, and I'm like, oh hey, movie's over.
so you're the girlfriend when it's like, hey, would you want to watch something? Sure, it sounds great. All right, put it on. Yo,
Yep.
yo, the
Yep.
credits just came on. Like you're like a dead fish. Like what is happening? Be like, oh, what did I miss? And be like, the whole movie.
Right?
Like then it's like, well, what happened? Well, we'll just watch it again. I mean, we could try. And the next thing you know, it's like, the son of a bitch. Like, well, I mean, I
Like,
tried. Fuck.
Sam, wake up. Oh, I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah, right. That's the best. That is the most cliche thing from like any girlfriend or any woman or anybody who went on a date. What are you doing? I'm just resting my eyes. Lies.
Yep.
Lies. I was like, be transparent with me. Just say, hey, I'm falling the fuck asleep. Be like,
All right.
got it.
I mean,
That's
but
all I
I
want.
will do that. I will literally be like, if I fall asleep and I wake up and like the movie's still going, I won't hesitate. Like, you enjoy. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, right. That's it. Like if we're watching something, Brandy be like, I think I'm gonna go ahead into bed. I'm like, all right, cool. Good
Mhm.
night, whatever. And she's gone, and I'm like watching my shit. And then I'll go in and tell her like how it happened or what happened. She'll be like,
Mhm.
oh, really? Like, what? Did you not want me to spoil it? You're gonna watch the last fucking 20 minutes of it? No,
Yeah.
you're not going to. Like,
Nope.
no, you're not. But then she'll be in there watching like Ghost Adventures because she thinks Zach Bagans a hottie.
Oh God, I cannot stand him. Sorry, Brandy. I know you're watching this, but girl, you could do so much better. What the fuck?
Dude, I don't know what it is, but she'll be like, oh, yeah, he's something. I'm like, I'm sure. Like, all right, we all have celebrity crushes and whatnot. I'm like, till she pulls out a box of Crave, and I'm like, who's craving what? Don't put that fucking cereal back right now on that fucking shelf. I'll be like, I know you watched that episode with Samantha. You picked that cereal up, you put that motherfucker back down. Be like, I don't, no, ain't happening. You know what? Go get the chicken and fucking stars. Go get it. Go
Make
get it.
sure it has the one with the French fries and not the mac and cheese.
Yeah, don't fuck around. French fries. Jesus Christ. Well, it was nice to have Sam back on the show again. And to talk about her inspiring fucking Connecticut trip. I was like, this has been fun. I was
My
like,
trips are never boring, man. I can tell you that right now.
dude, your trips are always interesting, man. It's something, man. It's never a dull moment. That's why I was like,
Nope.
I wonder if I have things to talk about. And I was like, oh shit, Sam went to Connecticut. We could talk about that. I was like,
Right?
damn, that's great. I was like, ain't no filler needed, really. I was like, we're just gonna have Sam lead it. Tell us what happened. And Now everybody's gonna look at Crave cereal and think a whole lot different. They're gonna be like,
What you craving?
"What you craving?" Like, you know what I'm craving. Next thing you know, somebody's getting crazy in the middle of a supermarket and be like, "Oh, son of a bitch. We watched that show, it's the episode, that down. we got a little hip dib on." Meanwhile, my dad's in the background like, "Oh, doing the hibbity dibbity." I'm like, "Dad, like, stop it. Get out of here. You ain't got no time to be here. Shit. You weren't even supposed to be in this episode. I was trying to keep you out this episode. God damn." Oh, all right. Anyway, I was like, we're gonna wrap it up. Kim will be here next week, and then of course Sam will be back the following week.
Mhm.
Y'all have great weekends. Enjoy it, and we will catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.
Bye.